Guys, so correct these sentences. Why did you eat them chips, dip, and olives so close to lunchtime? Okay, so we have a list here. So we definitely need some commas. But let's get some first things out of the way. We've got to capitalize the first word in the sentence. Believe it or not, I still see people that don't do this. Make sure you are always capitalizing that first word in the sentence. Why did you eat them chips? I don't think you would ever say the. You would either say the chips, or you could also say, let me put it underneath there, you could say those chips. Why did you eat those chips? I would probably say those. Why did you eat those chips, dip, and olives so close to lunchtime? Okay, so now we need that comma. We have a list here. Why did you eat those chips, dip, and olives so close to lunchtime? Okay, now, you thought I was going to do it, but I'm not. I'm going to put a question mark here. There we go. And I think that's it. All right, let's go to number 2. Have you drew a animal on the mural yet? Have you drew a animal on the mural yet? That sounds terrible. So let's change it. First of all, let's capitalize the have. Have you drew? No. Drew, we would say, have you drawn? So let me cross that out. Let me type it in there correctly to make sure you're spelling it correctly too. Have you drawn a animal? No, 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 no. So, here's another rule. I know you've heard this before, but when you are deciding if it's a or an, it's real simple. Look at the next word. If the next word starts with a vowel, and this one does, animal starts with an A. A, E, I, O, or U are the vowels. A, E, I, O, or U. So, since this does start with a vowel, we have to change A to an. So make sure you have an there. Have you drawn an animal on the mural yet? Okay? All right. Put a period at the end there. Have you drawn an animal on the mural yet? All right. Okay, so remember, look, comparative and superlative, it's popping up again. Remember a couple, last week or so, they said, what's the comparative and superlative form of angry? It sounds so fancy, but it's so simple. Comparative just means you're comparing two people. I am busier than you. So the comparative form of busy is, let me get that up a little bit, is busier. I am busier. Now, the superlative form, superlative is a very fancy word for an EST ending. It just simply means EST. You're comparing one thing to a bunch of things. I am the busiest person in the office. I'm comparing myself to a bunch of people, not just one other person. So busier and busiest. I think I spelled those right. If I didn't, please let me know. Write the meaning of this figure of speech. Don't worry about paying me back for the drink. The cost was just chicken feed. So they're saying, don't worry about paying me back for a drink. The drink probably didn't cost that much. The cost was just chicken feed. So chicken feed simply means it didn't cost that much. Chicken feed doesn't cost much, and that's where that figure of speech came from. I don't know if it's called. I don't know if that would be considered an idiom or not. Chicken feed, but I think it is. Yeah, it's a common expression. Chicken feed. So yeah, it just means it's cheap. Okay, circle the complete subject of the sentence. I like doing this. This is one of my favorite things to do. And when I explain it this way, hopefully it'll become easier for you to identify. My artistic friend, Ben, creates exciting paintings using watercolors. So, first of all, they forgot commas. I'll be honest. They didn't put commas there. And I believe we need commas around that extra information. My artistic friend, Ben, creates exciting paintings using watercolors. Now, they want to know what the subject is. And all you have to do is ask yourself that one question. Who or what is this sentence about? Well, if you answer that question, I'm going to change the color of this just for a second. Let's go with that blue. Okay, so if you answer that question, who or what is this sentence about, you know it's about my artistic friend Ben. And all you have to do at that point is draw a subject-predicate line. So now we've got the subject over here, and we've got the rest of it is the predicate. So, that's supposed to be a P, by the way. My artistic friend, Ben, creates exciting paintings using watercolors. Now we know what the subject is. It's all this right here. It's what goes to the left of this subject-predicate line. Everything else is the predicate. And a lot of times they like to put two lines under the predicate, so I'll do that. I'm sure you've done that before. There you go, subject-predicate. That's why it's called a subject-predicate line. Subject's over here, predicate's over there. All you got to do is draw a line between the two. If you answer that question, who or what is the sentence about? It's about Ben. Okay,